Archangel Michael says, listen with an open heart because this moment was written for you long before you pressed play. The heavens have stirred and Archangel Michael himself has descended with a word that has left even angels in awe, a prophecy so shocking that it has everyone confused, but it is meant to bring clarity and direction into your life. Child, do not look away, do not skip, for this prophecy is carrying the key to your next chapter, and the fact that you are here now is proof that your spirit has been chosen to receive it. Archangel Michael says your name has been whispered in the courts of heaven. A divine conversation has unfolded, and what was once hidden is now being revealed. My child, people around you feel something shifting, though they cannot explain it. They sense an unusual presence, a sudden change in the air, but they are confused because what is happening is not natural, it is spiritual. The prophecy carries your identity, your breakthrough, and your restoration, and no one can understand it except you who are meant to hear it. The confusion is not yours, it belongs to those who doubted you, to those who questioned the favor of God over your life. Michael says there was a hand stretched against you, a force that tried to rewrite your destiny. But heaven intervened. The scroll of your life was opened and your name glowed with a light that silenced every voice of accusation. That is why the prophecy feels shocking, it announces your vindication. Child, the tables have turned. The very ones who once spoke against you will now speak about you with confusion, unable to grasp how blessings are finding you, how doors are opening, and how peace is being restored. Their words will stumble, their plans will scatter, because heaven has commanded Michael to guard your path. My beloved child, do you know why this prophecy has left so many confused? Because the magnitude of your breakthrough is greater than anyone expected. You were written off by some, underestimated by many, and overlooked by those who should have lifted you. Yet God Himself has chosen this moment to announce your rising. Confusion is their portion, but clarity is yours. For you, the prophecy speaks of love returning in a form purer and stronger than what you once lost. It speaks of financial doors that were slammed shut but are now opening wide, releasing provision you did not imagine. It speaks of healing in your body, in your emotions, and in your household, a healing that will shock everyone who thought you would never recover. Michael declares that the prophecy is not meant to scare you but to strengthen you. The confusion in the air is proof that enemies are stumbling. They cannot track your steps anymore, they cannot interpret your movement, because the hand of God has covered you. The prophecy shields you even as it reveals you. Child, heaven says you are entering a season of sudden surprises. People will look at you and wonder, how did this happen so quickly? How did everything change in a moment? They will be confused, but you will know the truth, it was the prophecy being fulfilled in your life. My beloved child, hold on to this word. Do not dismiss it as ordinary. Archangel Michael says your life has been shifted onto a path where divine surprises will be your portion. Those who thought they had the final word over you are watching in shock as heaven writes a new chapter for you. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are chosen, protected, and carried by this prophecy. Confusion may fill the world around you, but revelation and blessing are filling your home, your hands, and your heart. My beloved child, stay close to this word because what you are hearing is not for the many, it is for the chosen. Heaven has carefully placed your spirit here in this moment, and Michael is still speaking. The prophecy is unfolding layer by layer, and though the world is confused, you will walk in understanding. This confusion is not a mistake, it is a sign that heaven has released something powerful, something the enemy cannot decode, something that belongs to you. Archangel Michael says there is a mystery surrounding your destiny that people cannot explain. They have seen your struggles, they have watched your tears, they have heard your prayers whispered in the silence of the night, but they cannot understand how those prayers are about to be answered. They are confused because the prophecy about you is too big to be humanly understood. My child, what heaven is preparing for you is not just restoration, it is multiplication. It is not just healing, it is wholeness. It is not just breakthrough, it is a complete rewriting of your story. The prophecy carries too much glory for ordinary eyes to comprehend, and that is why Michael says, "Stay awake, for your spirit is about to witness what your flesh never imagined." Do you feel the stirring, beloved? The restlessness in the air, the shifting in your atmosphere? That is the prophecy pressing into the earth. Michael says it has been released, and even the earth groans in response. Those around you sense something unusual, but they cannot interpret it. They are confused because heaven has veiled the details. Only you are chosen to understand that this is your appointed season. A door is opening that no one can shut, a light is breaking forth that no darkness can cover, and your name is being written in places of honor where once it was ignored. Child, Michael whispers that this prophecy carries 3 signs. First, relationships will begin to shift. People you thought were permanent will suddenly feel distant, and those you least expected will come forward with words of truth and kindness. The confusion in human connections is a sign that heaven is arranging divine alignments. Second, provision will appear in strange and unexpected places. Opportunities that once felt impossible will arrive suddenly, and you will know it is the prophecy at work. Third, you will sense peace settling on you even when circumstances around you remain stormy. This peace will confuse those who watch you. They will ask, "How can you be so calm?" But it will be a peace anchored in the prophecy, a peace that cannot be shaken. My beloved child, the shocking part of this prophecy is not that God has chosen you, but that He has chosen you in front of those who doubted you the most. Michael says this is the hour where tables turn. The same people who dismissed your worth will be forced to witness your rising. The same mouths that spoke against you will stutter in silence as blessings pour over you. They will be confused because heaven has remembered you when earth tried to forget you. Their confusion is your confirmation. The prophecy has gone forth, and no one can reverse it. And now, beloved, Michael says, prepare your heart. For what comes next will not only surprise you, it will shock those around you. Suddenly you will see favor, suddenly you will feel release, suddenly you will step into doors you did not knock on. This suddenness is the mark of the prophecy. Do not fear it, do not question it, embrace it. For heaven is not confused about you. Heaven is sure. Heaven is clear. Heaven is calling you into your divine inheritance. My beloved child, hear this with the eyes of your spirit, for heaven is still speaking and Michael has not finished unveiling what was sealed for you. The prophecy is moving deeper, and though the world is trembling in confusion, you will stand in clarity because this word was written long before you were born. What others cannot see, you are being allowed to know. What others cannot understand, you are being invited to carry. For this prophecy has your name carved into it, and it will not pass you by. Archangel Michael says there are voices rising in wonder, asking, how is this possible? How can such a person be chosen? How can blessings so heavy fall upon someone who endured so much? The confusion is because they judge by the natural, but heaven judges by the Spirit. Michael says God Himself is lifting you in a way that breaks human logic. The prophecy does not make sense to minds that doubt, but it makes perfect sense to the throne of grace. My child, you are entering a time where people will talk about you in circles, unable to explain what is happening. They will sit in confusion, but you will walk in revelation. Michael reveals that this prophecy comes with a hidden unveiling. Someone connected to you has tried to hide their true intentions, but the prophecy is dragging truth into the light. My child, heaven says you will not be deceived any longer. Where there was manipulation, there will be exposure. Where there was dishonor, there will be correction. And where there was silence, voices of truth will rise on your behalf. This sudden unveiling will confuse those who thought they could keep secrets forever, but for you it will bring clarity and healing. Beloved, do not fear the shaking that is coming. The confusion in the atmosphere is proof that the enemy's camp has been scattered. Michael says this prophecy has shattered plans laid in darkness. Chains are breaking while you hear these words, contracts against your joy are dissolving, and unseen battles are being won in your favor. That is why you may feel strange emotions rising, why you may sense shifts you cannot explain, because the prophecy has entered your house. Yes, child, even your household is being touched. Angels are stationed at your doors, guarding what belongs to you, ensuring that nothing can steal this season away from you. Michael says the prophecy carries acceleration. What should have taken years will now happen in months, what should have taken months will happen in weeks, and what should have taken weeks will happen in days. This speed will confuse those watching, but for you it will be the undeniable sign that heaven is on your side. Suddenly debts will be cancelled, suddenly healing will manifest, suddenly connections will open. The confusion of others is the confirmation of heaven's timing in your life. My beloved child, Michael wants you to hold this truth: you are not forgotten, you are not abandoned, you are chosen. The shocking prophecy was never meant to confuse you, it was meant to confuse your enemies, silence your doubters, and magnify the glory of God in your life. This is why the world is asking questions they cannot answer. This is why doors are shaking open. This is why your heart has been drawn here. Because the prophecy is alive, and you are the living vessel through which it will be fulfilled. My beloved child, the prophecy is still unfolding, and Michael's voice is not silent. Heaven is releasing waves of revelation that may confuse those around you, but for you it is a lamp for your path. Listen closely, for every word carries power, every sentence is charged with destiny, and every breath of this prophecy is stirring something deep inside you that has been waiting to awaken. Michael says the heavens are in motion over your name. A record was opened, and the angels gasped, for they saw a destiny written with fire and sealed with glory. My child, this is why confusion has spread around you. People are watching your life, but they cannot explain what is happening. They see your struggles, but they also sense your rising. They feel something unusual but cannot describe it. The prophecy is blinding their understanding because it was not meant for them, it was meant for you. Only the chosen can interpret what heaven is saying, and you are the one chosen to hear this today. Archangel Michael reveals that your life has been under observation in the spirit realm. Both heaven and hell have watched closely. The enemy sought to twist your path, to replace your joy with sorrow, but the prophecy spoke louder. My beloved, your name was defended in the courts of heaven, and your tears became evidence before God. That is why the verdict has been given in your favor. This prophecy is the announcement of that verdict. Confusion grips those who plotted against you because they cannot understand why everything they built is falling apart, while everything you lost is being restored. Michael says this is the justice of God in motion. Beloved child, the prophecy declares that a shift in relationships is imminent. Someone who wore a mask around you will soon be revealed. Their actions will no longer remain hidden, for heaven has decided it is time for truth. Do not be afraid of what is exposed, for it will only set you free. While others are confused about why their schemes are unraveling, you will be standing in clarity, protected and guided by angelic hands. The prophecy ensures that nothing hidden can remain in darkness when God has decreed light over your life. Michael whispers that divine acceleration is increasing. What seemed delayed will arrive with sudden speed. My child, do not be surprised when phone calls arrive with unexpected news, when opportunities land at your doorstep without warning, when people begin to favor you without reason. These things will confuse those around you, but for you they will be signs of prophecy fulfilled. The pace of heaven does not match the pace of man, and this suddenness will be your portion. My beloved, Archangel Michael says the greatest shock of all is this: heaven has written your name next to a blessing that generations before you prayed for. You are not only receiving for yourself, you are receiving for those who came before you, for those who will come after you. This generational prophecy is why the atmosphere trembles, why confusion spreads among those who cannot understand. But you, child, are to rejoice. For heaven is not confused. Heaven is deliberate. Heaven is intentional. And heaven has chosen you. So walk boldly into this word. Do not let fear whisper lies. The shocking prophecy may leave others in wonder, but for you it will be the map that guides you into your promised season. Archangel Michael has spoken, and the word is sealed. What is written in heaven will manifest on earth, and you will live to testify of it. My beloved child, the voice of heaven has not finished its revelation, and Michael still carries words that must reach your spirit. The prophecy continues to open like a sealed scroll, revealing line after line of destiny that was hidden until this very moment. Others are puzzled, others are restless, others are whispering in confusion, but you are chosen to understand. The confusion belongs to them, but the clarity belongs to you. Michael says there is a divine rearranging happening right now. Things in your life that seemed scattered are being gathered, and things that once looked permanent are being shaken loose. This rearranging will leave many speechless because they expected you to remain where you were. They cannot explain the sudden rise, the sudden shift, the sudden breakthrough. It confuses them because it does not match what they thought of you, but heaven is rewriting your chapter in front of their eyes. The prophecy is not only about where you are going, it is about exposing what they never wanted you to know. Beloved child, Michael reveals that your name has traveled further in the spirit than in the natural. While you thought no one noticed your prayers, while you believed your cries were hidden in silence, your name was echoing in heavenly places. Angels carried your tears as testimony, and those tears became seeds that heaven is now watering with miracles. This is why the prophecy sounds shocking, because it is the harvest of prayers you thought were forgotten. Michael says nothing you sowed in faith was wasted. Every prayer, every act of kindness, every step of obedience has built a testimony that now confuses those who thought your efforts were in vain. The prophecy speaks of a door that was long closed. For years, it seemed locked, sealed, guarded by forces stronger than you. But Michael says the key has been released. The door is swinging open, and you will walk through with ease. This door is not ordinary, it is generational. When you step through, blessings will not only flow to you but to your family, your children, and your children's children. This is why the world is confused. They see only one person, but heaven sees a lineage. You are carrying the prophecy for more than yourself, you are carrying it for generations unborn. My beloved child, heaven also shows that a transfer is taking place. What was once in the hands of those who misused it is being released into your hands. Influence, favor, even resources are shifting. This transfer is shocking to the world because they never expected it to come to you, but Michael says the hand of God has overturned decisions made in darkness. What was taken from you unjustly is returning, and what was hidden from you is being revealed. Others will scratch their heads in disbelief, but you will stand in the middle of fulfillment. Michael whispers again, do not be afraid of their confusion. Do not fear when people begin to question, to gossip, to wonder. Their confusion is the cloak that hides your elevation. While they are busy trying to figure you out, heaven is busy lifting you up. The prophecy was never meant to make sense to the world, it was meant to manifest glory through you. This is why Archangel Michael has come, to ensure you do not miss the signs, to ensure your eyes stay fixed on heaven and not on the noise around you. So, beloved, receive this word with faith. Let it sit deep in your spirit. Walk boldly even when others stumble in uncertainty. For the shocking prophecy is alive, and though it leaves the world confused, it leaves you empowered. Heaven is sure, heaven is steady, and heaven is for you. Archangel Michael has spoken, and what is written cannot be erased. My beloved child, the prophecy is still alive in this very moment, and Michael's voice thunders with words that pierce through confusion. Heaven has not stopped speaking over your life, and the revelation is still unfolding like waves crashing upon the shore. Listen with your spirit, for each wave carries a piece of your destiny, and each line of this prophecy was written with your name at its center. The world may not understand it, but you will, because you are chosen to hear and chosen to receive. Michael says the heavens have gathered in silence over your story. A divine pause was taken to highlight your name in the book of remembrance. Child, this is why confusion surrounds the atmosphere right now. People sense something has shifted in you, but they cannot explain it. They wonder how someone who endured so much pain could still carry such light. They whisper about your strength, yet they do not know the source of it. The prophecy has made you a mystery to the world, but heaven is not confused, heaven is deliberate, intentional, and precise about you. Beloved child, Michael reveals that a time of exposure has come. What was hidden in secret meetings, what was whispered in dark corners, what was planned in silence against you will no longer remain hidden. The prophecy demands that truth rise to the surface. When this unveiling happens, many will stumble in shock. They will be left in awe, unable to deny the hand of God protecting you. Their confusion will be your clarity. Their whispers will turn into silence. The prophecy is your shield, and it is cutting through every lie spoken against you.